Yay, team.
Yes.
Vera,
where are we looking again?
we have survived. We're looking up
At the X?
there. Yes, right up there. That's where all our fabulous friends are
Because
going
I
to be.
always look over there.
I know. All right. Well, welcome back, everyone. And we are very, very, very happy to be joining you today because we have an experience to share.
We do?
Yes, we
totally
do.
See, I'm looking wrong again. We do.
Yeah. And while we're waiting for everybody to appear.
Yeah, the thousands and millions.
Yeah, this is a very fascinating concept that all of us have in our chart. And it was about when we were on that little road trip the other day.
Yeah.
2 nights ago. Yeah. So what we wanted to share is that we all have...
Hi, spiritual disco.
Say that 10 times.
Yeah. Yay, tacky.
So all of us have... By the way, thank you, Tack. You are an amazing, fabulous editor of film and a great storyteller when it comes to the videos and all your help. We appreciate you so much.
Hi, Allie.
Big hearts.
Yeah.
For you both. For you all. We love all of you. Thank you so much for joining us and adding your light and just being here on our channel.
Yeah.
Helps us share the...
Yeah. We just wanted to come on and just start talking at first,
Yeah, exactly.
Because sometimes we say things that are really awesome.
Yes.
And nobody's listening.
Exactly. Which happens constantly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so some of you might know about the concept of exit points. Right. And it's so interesting, you guys, because we used to come in, people in general used to come into life on this planet with 5 exit points. And it's fascinating how we have actually, you've noticed, and Angus was telling us from the other side that people are starting to come in with 8 or even more exit points in their life chart.
Because of everything that's going on now.
Yeah, it's fascinating because with more challenges that are coming up because the negativity of this planet is coming up. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Is bringing our light and our positivism to try to defeat that negativity and bring up the positive and the Christ consciousness on the planet. And the more challenges that we have, sometimes the harder it is to get through our life chart, and we will have more exit points to where it's sort of like God going, okay, are you done? Are you ready to come home? Do you feel like you've accomplished everything that you
wanted to?
Because Vera, haven't you noticed? I mean, you've been sharing so much with us all about with your clients and how challenging it has been in their life charts, and that sometimes it's so challenging that we get even more done earlier in our life.
Yeah.
And later.
Yeah. And it's only because maybe it's like, okay, I've done as well as I think I can with our human brains, right? And I'm ready to go. Whereas sometimes you might want to say, well, there's just a little bit more finesse that I want to get in this one challenge or this one lesson. And then you stay.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting because here we think when we're in life, because, we're on this plane where things affect us, different negative emotions and fears and like depression or whatever it might be. And we're thinking, God, I don't want to be here. This is too hard. This is awful. But really, it's a true testament of our strength of our soul.
Yeah.
And how amazing
And not
we
all
are.
exit points are scary, and not all exit points you think are exit points. Because sometimes it's just so not even worth thinking about, and that was an exit point.
Right.
Like crossing the street.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what we wanted to share with you today because it was Friday evening, and Vera and I were driving along.
In our automobile.
On a country road, and there was this truck coming because it was just a 2-lane
It was
road.
Silverado.
And he was coming right up to us, and we were like so close. We were only a couple of car lengths between us, and he was coming this direction. Nobody else was around. And right before he got to us, he went like that, and he came head on into our lane.
Yeah.
And I had to go off the road
Yeah.
to avoid a head-on collision. And
It was bizarre the way that guy did it, because he was driving normal, and then all of a sudden he just goes.
It was bizarre. But the fascinating thing to me was that, Vera, you were sharing that it was
An exit point.
It was an exit point for us. And so that's great that we didn't take it, because, it gives us more of an opportunity to not only learn, what we might want to
I know.
experience.
It's like, oh, hell no, we just got to Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Exactly. But it's great, because then it makes, like, I know for me, it makes me feel so happy that I get more time to share some of the things that we've learned and get to enjoy some of our amazing Soul Tribes journeys as well.
Yeah.
And have more of an opportunity
Right.
to bring up the Christ consciousness on the planet and give our love and our light to others, as we all do. So
It was so funny. Chrissy goes, whenever I told her it was an exit point, she went, oh, we're going together.
I mean, that's kind of great, right? Because then it's like, oh, let's, you don't have to be alone and, sad and everything.
Yeah.
But then all our amazing loved ones.
I know. Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, anyway, so that was a fascinating experience. And don't you
Yeah.
find it also interesting that all week long, every time we went anywhere, your hawk was with us?
I know. And this time he wasn't.
That's right, he wasn't.
It's his fault.
Yeah. So Vera's hawk is one of her totem animals, and it's really cool because we all of us have different totem animals, and it depends on what kind of energy you need during this time in your life.
Somebody just picked up a panther, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yes.
In the guise of a black cat.
And if you don't know what your totem animal is, you might have an affinity for a certain animal. They might even show themselves to you in a dream,
Right.
or what have you. So, or you might just start loving. Like for me right now, is a crow, and I keep seeing the crow, and I'm just loving on the crow.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because the crow is like a messenger, right? And so is the hawk.
Usually birds are messengers.
So we have our little desert totems happening right now.
Yeah.
Feathery little friends.
It's like in Arizona. In Manteca, there was no crows where we were. I knew you guys in Livermore had them,
Right,
but not in our area. In Tracy there is, but I didn't see any in Manteca. Did you?
No.
No.
And Allie's saying sharks and otters. There's a lot of sharks and otters in Missouri.
unicorn.
Did you know that?
You can have a unicorn there, spiritual disco.
And the thing is, it's a good point, is that it's okay if you live in an area where those animals don't exist. You
Right.
can still have, like, for example, our little Sammy, she has a lion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Eric is saying the crow is definitely something that he sees all the time.
then that's your little totem.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Native miracle knife.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, now, Vera, let's see here. What else was happening this week?
I don't know.
Well, one of the things
I do know.
Yeah.
Thanks to David.
And we want to thank you for being on our channel, and please help us to spread the past lives and angels that we're always talking about.
Hit that like button.
Yes, and the subscribe and share, and please do comment on our videos. We read all our comments and answer each other. We love the interaction of our soul tribe.
Exactly.
Communicating with each other, because it's fascinating how many times that you have found different soul tribe members in lives together and with us.
Yes, exactly. And Nana, babies do have exit points, just like all of us.
And sometimes we might think, well, why would we as a soul have an exit point that's only, if we're a baby and we only live like, a
couple months
month or
or-
something, then what's the point? What did we even get a chance to learn?
A lot.
But the amazing thing is that sometimes we do that because we're helping a loved one that wanted to learn certain lessons, like recovering from that. And sometimes we'll come back in.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? There's that too.
Yeah.
We hear that from time to time.
Yeah.
From some of the different experiences that you've been through with clients.
Well,
where,
even my son, Sylvia told me, because I had a miscarriage, and the baby was supposed to be born in Scorpio time, and it was like he didn't want to be a Scorpio.
Really?
Yeah, and I thought, wow.
Wow.
Hi,
He was
Purple Blaze.
holding on to be a really great sign. Do you want to share which one
Gemini.
that is? All right. Purple Blaze is with us.
I always want to go Blaze. What was that movie?
I don't know that movie. All right, Vera. Well,
Yeah.
I'm kind of really excited to hear all about what's happening with the planets and astrology, energy.
I
and
forgot
the
to smile.
moon
I was
and
told I have a resting bitch face, so I have to smile. I look like I'm mad at Chrissy.
That's
Okay,
funny.
here we go.
All right. All right. See, that's really interesting.
What happened? I think that.
Allie was just sharing. Yeah. and
Yeah,
that's
see?
fascinating.
Because Johnny came in a year later, and 1 year for his birthday, I gave him a birth chart.
What happened?
I put 1971 instead of 1972 because that's when he was supposed to be born.
my
I didn't do it on purpose, and he's looking at me going, "Weren't you there?"
Oops. That's funny.
Oh man!
Oh, thank you, Gersharon.
Yeah.
Gersharon has a dream
Okay.
question. Awesome. And actually, that's a great reminder. We do have Super Chat, and if you have any questions about a dream or past life or about what's coming in this lifetime or what have you, you can ask in Super Chat during our live shows every Saturday
There
at
you
1
go.
o'clock Mountain Time. Okay, so Vera, do you want to share about the planet?
Okay, so what's happening in the month of now into April, I guess, but it's
Gotcha.
actually the whole year is going to be jam-packed, and that's why we kept saying at the beginning of the year, trust and transformation the whole year. So it's proven that too, because the planet, the cosmic universes, and all that didn't even make sense. Cosmic.
Events and everything.
Yeah.
Got you.
So we're supposed to be having, I believe, a comet that's coming, and this comet has not been seen since 1946. And
Wow.
after the one that's going to be shown from now until September, we don't know when. It's just going to be now till September, and then the next one won't be for another 80 years.
80?
80 years. So
Oh my
I
gosh.
won't get to see
Okay,
it.
yeah, we're going to be on the other side.
Exactly.
By
So,
then.
yeah. So, I mean, comments are about change. Comments. I put comments.
Comments.
With a little tail. Comments. Yeah. So they're about bringing abrupt change in our life, because before, like I told you before we were talking about it, our ancestors thought it was about some death coming.
Right. Because
and
the
that's not
fiery
what it is,
tail.
Yeah, so it's particularly receptive to our intentions, this comment. So if we can just put our intentions out there for that, and what's going to be happening with our lunar eclipse and the full moon and all that good stuff, and that way the universe will take us wherever we really need to go. So we don't really have to set anything in concrete the way we want it to end. We'll set our intention and then allow the universe to say, here you go.
See, now that's
Yeah.
so perfect because that reminds me of what we talked about last weekend about how sometimes we want to control it, because you were talking about affirmations and and how sometimes we try to control the outcome.
Right.
When if we leave it in the universe's hands, it's going to end up better than we could have ever hoped for. So we focus on the intention and let the
Right.
universe take care of
Yeah.
the rest, which is amazing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the planets are
Yeah.
telling us.
And the eclipse, the lunar eclipse on March 25th is the first one of the year. And generally, we have 2 eclipses a year. This year, we're having 4.
Wow.
So we're going to have 2 lunar, 2 solar.
That's a lot
Yeah,
of
so
energy happening.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So lots of change, and with change sometimes comes owies and bruises, and
Right.
not physically, not literally. I'm
It's
talking
challenges
about,
that
yeah.
we
That's
know
what
what
I'm
you
talking
mean.
about. Yeah, because I don't want anything.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Okay, so it's about trust again, change. It helps us see things clearer. This lunar eclipse, and I believe this lunar eclipse is in Libra. So Libras, I love Librans. Yeah, so that's a good thing because they're very, very, very good. Helps us to break up patterns, negative patterns that we don't no longer want to hold on to.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's like clearing out the clutter,
Yeah.
so that our garden can grow.
Exactly,
of
and
what we wanna
allowing,
achieve.
sorry,
No, you.
and allowing the shadow to reveal what is hidden.
Wow.
Because sometimes, and when we're ready for it, then it pops right up.
Wow.
And then we're going
That's interesting.
I know, isn't it? And then new ways of thinking and being is going to be what we can hope for.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool, I thought.
That is so interesting, because it reminds me of when we have those full moons.
Yeah.
And the moons have so much light that it lights up your whole yard,
Yeah.
let's say.
Yeah.
And it shows whatever shadows there might be, that we can
Yep.
look at it and heal it.
Yeah.
Make friends with it, overcome it.
So we're
That
talking
makes
about
sense.
setting our intentions, and it's just like a petition. It's kind of like we're doing New Year over again. Because that way we can start setting our intention, because the Aries is in right now, the planet, and that's everything's spring, everything's new, and that's when we reset our intentions that we had at the beginning of the year.
That's right.
Yeah, so we can light a candle when we do it. That's like a little routine, a ritual you can have. And then write your intention. You can burn it, bury it, whatever you want to do with it. Eat it. No,
Well, I mean, but if you're focusing
not eat it.
like a prayer before we eat food, like what do you
Oh,
call it?
I meant to eat the paper.
Oh, I was thinking you
joking.
meant like putting the intention of, that's what we do when we're praying
Yeah,
before we
that's
eat our
true.
food.
That's very true.
Grace, right?
Yeah.
We're saying grace kind of thing.
Yeah. And I got a lot of these from, my favorite book, Moonology,
Moonology?
Yasmin Boland, and then my favorite girl, C.A. Brooks.
She's really
I
good.
love her. So that's Mark's Power Peak. So lots of positive changes, so that's a good thing too. And that's why a lot of times people are having all these emotional issues right now, because of the planets, because
Right.
of the energy of what all this is happening.
Yeah.
So it does affect us. We're water.
Yeah,
You know?
isn't that the truth? Because a lot of times we don't think of it like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, the moon really affects the tide in the ocean, and if we're 90% water, it's gonna have an effect on us for sure. But yeah, I just find it interesting because it's something where when we have this opportunity to reflect on what we might be carrying with us, like baggage or preconceived notions of what's happening, or, oh, this happened in the past, it's happening again, or fears, whatever kind of thing. I like that the energy right now is helping us. It's kind of like basically taking it out and looking at it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the only reason I was talking about the moon, because it reminds me of, like, for myself, I just have this visual of how the moon lights up. And then if I saw a shadow, let's say, in my yard, and wanting to go and find out what is this? What am I carrying? What, and resolving it.
Yeah.
To be at peace with different things and heal it, so that, like I said, our garden can grow, so that we can
Exactly.
manifest the positive and let go of those things that we no longer need. Kind of goes along really well with the little astrology today, which is
Yeah.
clearing
Did you
out the
read it?
clutter.
We should read it.
I'm going to get it right now. All right, here we go.
Hi,
Okay.
Chanel.
With the moon now in the organized sign of Virgo, take this chance ahead of the full moon to get rid of anything in your life that you know is creating clutter. Yes. Clearing out that energy.
Exactly.
And I like that. You can, like you said, you can burn your petition,
Yeah.
you can bury it in the garden, whatever you
And our
want to.
challenges can be what? Health, finances, relationships. What is the other one?
Well, it can be even family
Family. That's kind of relationships. Or work.
and career.
Yeah, career,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And a lot of times, it's the symptom, it's not the cause, and we always try to make it the cause, and that's why it keeps reoccurring. So that's why we can, just use this time to fix that and just put it all out on the table.
All right. That is our homework. All right. And keep us, keep us updated on anything that you're going through that you are
Ooh,
working
she
on
drew the star for
releasing.
us. That's a good one,
Oh,
Ellie.
I like that card.
Yeah, illumination.
And then let's see up here. Aloha to you too, Roxanne. Beautiful and gorgeous you.
I know.
Now we have a dream up here.
If
for
anybody
you.
has not seen Roxanne's cookies, they are so cute
Aren't
and
they?
yummy.
They are. They are.
She
so
has her
cute.
own YouTube channel called Roxy. What's it called, Roxanne? Cookies by Roxy or
So
something?
cute.
Yeah.
I've never seen more creative cookies in
I
my
know,
life.
I know.
I mean, that
Can
the
you get that off?
dragon was
Yeah.
like those dragon cookies.
Yeah.
The year of the dragon cookies were like pieces of art. Like I thought, works of art. Really nice. The dream is up here. You want me to scroll up?
She just said that she sent it through text.
Oh, perfect. That's even easier.
Okay, here it is. So is it all of it is on the text, Sharon, or just
Let's
part of
see what
it?
she says. All right.
Okay, I'll do this in a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, Vera, did you want to talk about Linda's experiences last week?
Yes, one of my clients who I love with all my heart, we love, and she's having issues with anxiety. And a lot of it her mind just will not stop. And it's just questions about things that, well, we'll give you examples.
Okay. So what we thought we'd do is read her questions
Yeah.
/ concerns. It's basically, it was more like comments.
It's more, yeah, she was just trying to describe how she was feeling.
just expressing herself. And then we were going to kind of, probe
Tore it
into
apart.
each one.
Yes.
Yeah. So Linda was saying, why am I here? It's all about existential anxiety and crisis. Okay, hold on now. Everything feels mundane and meaningless. Like, why am I here on this planet? And after we die, then what? So we go to heaven, go back to God, to the source center. Then what? Do we just live forever in spirit? What if I don't want to live forever? Then what? What if I get bored? What if I get tired of doing the same thing over and over, living life after life? What is consciousness? And then I start freaking out. And right now my right arm is getting weak. My head and inner ears are throbbing. I need those thoughts to stop. I need to figure out a way to trick my brain.
To make it stop, yeah, like she said.
So Linda has some, different, very good, very thought-provoking things that she's thinking about and that she's trying to work through.
And she's an empath.
So she's trying to work through this, and she's picking up on this energy, and it sounds like it's kind of like a spiral.
Yeah, because sometimes you're caught up in that loop for that anxiety, you just don't hear what people are saying. And I was offering things like breathe and all this stuff, and that's great, but it wasn't calming her mind, right?
Right.
So finally, I just said, look, we don't think the same way on the other side that we do here with our human brain. It's totally different.
I know.
And that was the key. That's where she went, oh my God, that's it. That's what I could tell my brain. It's the human brain thing. It's not, I can just not worry about it because it's not going to be that way on the other side.
Right.
Yeah.
See, now that's the perfect point.
Yeah. So you just have to find a way to calm that down. And a lot of times whenever you're starting, people that have had anxiety, when you start having those feelings, if you just breathe, usually you can handle it. But if it's really like compounding,
gripping.
Yeah. And then plus she was in a job that didn't value her, kind of thing. And that was frustrating because she was able to make wherever she was 10 times better, and nobody wanted to.
Wow.
Right? Yeah.
How frustrating is that when it's like, here you are trying to do this amazing thing or you are doing this amazing thing and it's not being acknowledged, it's not being reciprocated, it's being squelched, if anything.
Yeah. Spiritual disco, that meditation we just put out.
Yeah, that will
help too.
That was a great one. Being able to release. But so we just wanted to address a few of the things
and see how you guys feel about it.
Yeah, that Linda had brought up, and one of the things is, well, first of all, it's a very good point. Our human mind, we can't figure it all out. We try, but once we get on the other side, then we understand it, and then we realize, being in life, it might seem mundane and meaningless. I mean, sometimes
Especially
it really
here,
does, right? But the thing is that just living our life chart is just power packed, full of what we are here to learn. As boring as it sounds to us, because we're like, it's just my life. I'm just going to work. I'm just doing this and this. But we're learning so much as we move through these different life experiences that we charted.
Yeah. And we don't come into to this planet unless we're strong souls. We've had past lives under our belt, that kind of thing, well, except for Diana. But it's just, we just want to experience. That's what we're here for. We want to learn, experience for Mother and Father God, help people, learn our lessons the best way we can, and then
go home. Exactly, to the other side. Right. And so, and then after we die, then what? So we go to heaven, we go back to God, the source, and then what? One of the things that's amazing to know, hi Valerie, is that on the other side, we do more than just sit on a cloud playing a harp.
Right.
Not that Linda thought that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We literally have jobs on the other side, something that we feel so passionate about. It could be working with the animals in the animal quadrant. It could be working at the orientation center where souls are coming back from living their lives, and we're helping them to reorient back
we
to
could be
the
spirit
other side.
guides. We can do all kinds of
It's
stuff.
amazing. There's the arts and everything. And then it's not just one planet. You have other planets, and each one has its own level of evolvement. And some are very, very evolved to where they help other planets, just like there are planets right now that are visiting and helping us. So
Exactly.
yeah. It's pretty amazing. And then, I mean, it's incredible because even on the other side, we don't see and know everything. We're constantly doing research. And there's even places and halls on the other side that we can't go into unless we're at that spiritual level. I remember one time, it was a place I was asking you about in a trance, and Angus was saying, you were saying that it's like when you're not at that level to be able to have that understanding or go in there and view what they have in there. It's like a revolving door and you come right back out. So that's
or
even
the
on
book
the
is
other
blank.
side. Yeah.
I've had people whenever we're in regression, and we go to the Akashic records, and I said, okay, open your book, and they're like, there's nothing on it.
Yeah.
What does that mean? It's just you're not ready to see that part.
Yeah. So really, what my point is, and what we're trying to convey is that the learning and the experiencing and the growing and the evolving, it never It never ends. So it's just an amazing learning. I mean, whenever we are going through our challenges and we're learning our lessons, we are achieving and we're gaining these virtues. We're doing these things to remember who we really are and also to grow and to be like God. Well, that's going to be quite a journey.
Yeah.
So we don't get bored, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the question whenever, what if I get bored? What if you don't? I mean, you're on the other side, you're not going to be bored.
Right. Exactly. It's just here because of our human mind.
Yeah,
it's hard to figure
exactly.
those things out. Yes.
And what do you guys think consciousness is? Because it's subjective.
Yeah.
You know, everybody has their own.
Love to hear
Yeah.
what you all think. Vera, do you want to share what you want to share
It's just
about
kind of like the
consciousness?
regular, it's, you know, the state of being aware and able to perceive one's surroundings and feelings and thoughts and emotions, all that kind of stuff. That's what I think
right.
consciousness is.
I think it's interesting too because obviously when we come into this planet, like we've talked about before, it's an amnesia effect.
Exactly.
And that's amazing to when you start to remember the beautiful qualities about yourself, about who you really are.
Yeah.
You know, who you always are on the other side.
Yeah.
And you've lived all these lives before this time,
Exactly.
and you live more
Yeah.
after this time if you so choose. And yeah, I think part of that is when we're in life and we're remembering, we're starting to learn, whether it's through a reading or
Right.
through a dream or an awareness or whatever, and we start to learn these beautiful, amazing truths. That's where the veil starts to thin. Talk about
Yeah,
consciousness.
Yeah, I know, huh?
Yeah, because even Linda was sharing, right, with you, and a lot of us have had, when we're a child, let's say, and we've had an experience where we realize there's more to life than what we're seeing, but then we have to kind of,
Live in life.
we have to live
Society,
in life, and
yeah.
we have to make that choice to, because we're here.
Yeah, like with my grandson when he started going to school, and he came home one time. I think he was 7. And he goes, "Grandma, you lied." And I go, "About what?" He goes, "There is no asthma." And I go, "Honey, there is." I go, "It's just some people don't recognize that."
Wow.
And so now he doesn't. Definitely, yeah.
Right. Because it's the same as if he would have said that there's a blessed mother. So, you know, because Mother God is known by so many different
Right.
names and different
Yeah.
religions and stuff. And then more people know about her in that way. And they say, oh, yeah, of course, right?
Yeah,
You know, right?
yeah.
But they don't know asna in that term as much. Okay. About living our love towards, I heard the words exactly.
Hello.
Oh, look, we have hearts.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
It's so
I
cute.
love it.
I do too.
Yeah. So the next one, I wanted to kind of give like a precursor to what that was about before we talk about it. So Linda was having an issue with kidney stones. So kidney stones, right? And that's, what is it thinking about?
In the urinary tract?
Yes, yeah, that's where it is. But it's like, who are you pissed at, kind of thing. And that's the emotion that you have, and then you manifest.
It's that organ talk.
Organ talk,
where
exactly.
That stress or the
Yeah.
emotional trauma of something
Yeah.
can physically manifest in our body.
Yeah, exactly. So she was going to the hospital. She had their kidney stones removed, and she went back home to, get mend and feel better. And then she sends me a text and she goes, "I'm pissed." The very first thing she said, "I'm pissed," and then she starts giving me the examples of why.
Wow.
Because they weren't gonna. They were supposed to do something in the hospital for her, and they didn't do it, and now she has to wait a couple of weeks, and she was upset about that.
I see.
And so I'm going, "Oh my God!" I go, "Organ talk."
Right.
I go, and she didn't even realize she wrote that down. She goes, "I didn't even realize I put that."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So she's going, "Oh my," that's what she said, "Oh my God."
Talk about
Yeah.
consciousness.
Yes.
The cells are sentient. They are listening.
They believe, that's what I'm saying. We have to be really cognizant of that, because being in this negative plane, I mean, we're going to have those, but we have to push them out and try to turn it into positive.
Wow.
Because that's what we attract.
Right.
And I know it's like, it's hard to fathom, but it's true.
Right.
You mope around and mope around. And then afterwards, a neighbor needed help because she was going to a funeral and she had to get these flowers put together and she just didn't have time and all this stuff. So Linda and her mother went to help her. And she said she felt so much better because you're out of your own mind and you're helping
Right.
someone else.
That's the activation.
Yes,
And that's
yeah.
awesome. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, Eric's saying that there was an EVP caught on our show
Oh,
a
really?
minute ago.
Oh, cool.
Wow. And the words, we'll have to listen to it again. Remember the
Okay.
last time he did
I
that?
know, okay.
Wow. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, so Nana's saying, what's gallbladder stones about?
That's bile. That's still, what can't you stomach? Mm-hmm. That's why I don't have them. Gallbladder.
But I just find that to be a very great example of how whatever we're saying and then also whatever we're thinking. So that's why we've been talking so much lately about focusing on the positive so that our cells will emulate that.
Yeah, and remember, we had a minister at the office that kept saying, oh, they're breaking my heart, they're breaking my heart. Kid you not, a month later she had a heart attack.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bizarre, but we're going like, oh my God,
Yeah,
it's true.
really,
Yeah.
exactly. Wow. That is so interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And then let's see here. I wanted to share an angel that I thought that might be able to help not only Linda, but I think all of us. I was even focusing on this angel earlier today, in lieu of what's coming with the planetary energy, because you were kind of also sharing that the planetary energy within the next, I think you said 4 or 5 days, is also very Aries energy and the
Right.
Mars planet. And
The one on April 8th is going to be Aries.
Oh, okay. And that sometimes, like,
This one is, the Monday is Libra.
yeah. And that's where, like we could focus on our, like if feelings of anger come up and these types of things. I mean, if there's something happening in our life that we need to protect ourselves or our loved ones, that's different. But if it's just this negative energy of like, okay, you know what? I can deal without this right now. I want to focus on the positive. I want to have a good day. I want to send my body and everything in my life a positive energy that I want to create. I want to feel good, all those types of things. And also when we're, like you were just sharing about the shadows and revealing and everything, I want to be able to heal that and all that positive stuff. This is the angel for you. Let me grab it. This is the Powers angel. This angel is incredible because, first of all, I'm going to tell you what this angel does, and then I'm going to tell you how you and your Powers angel work together to do exactly what Linda is asking for, which is what we all want, is to manifest the feelings and everything in our life that we want to create. This Powers angel, as you can see, he has a lot of blue electric energy coming from him in his wings. And the reason I painted him with blue is because it's for serenity, it's for calming. His function is peace. And everything starts out in our mind, and then it manifests physically, it manifests in our emotions, in our thinking, and in our life. And that's why his head is down, is because the Powers angels put their forehead to yours. And what they're doing is they're conveying to you, they're giving you peace. They're bringing you peace to your mind. How does that look? Well, you can visualize it as this white light energy or whatever energy that you would like to visualize. But I picture a white light because I picture that cleansing out all my thoughts. And it's cleansing my mind with just light from God. Everything that's positive is, just immersed in this white light and cleansing any negative thinking. Powers angels do this. You can visualize it throughout your day. You can also do it when you're lying down at night to go to sleep. And the reason his wings are out is because they also take their wings and they envelop them around you, not only forehead to forehead, but they envelop you, and their wingtips disperse all this energy throughout your cells, your mind, and all your body. It's incredible to just rid it helps us to rid ourselves of any negative energy, any negative focus, and let go of that. So, last thing I wanted to share about the Powers Angel that I thought was important, because when Linda was saying that she wanted something to trick her brain, there's not really a way that we can really trick our brain.
Right.
But we can, like we said, if we're focusing on the positive, because we're never going to be mindless. We're always going to have thoughts in our mind. But this is the kind of angel with all that light going right there that's going to help us to take out wash us of the negative thoughts and replace it with the positive. And that is how this angel gets its name. And so my point is, this Powers Angel gives you the power to also do this for yourself. He's still going to help you, but as you're moving through your day and that negative thought starts to come, you have the power to cancel that, and you're going to redirect yourself back onto a positive. Even when we have a tendency to go to the negative, you still have the power to pull that back. It's like a choice. It's a choice that we can force ourselves into going to this positive way. It only helps us, and it's very healing. So that is the angel that we can all use. You can use this angel daily, or night for that matter, and even to boost your energy, to bring up energy, to also bring you mental acuity and help you heal emotions as well as the physical. Anything that's happening in our body, anything that's physical, starts up here. It's emotions and mental. So that's what we want to address. So that is the angel that we're going to all remember and call on. Okay, let's see here. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so happy, Allie, that you like that angel. All right. Let's see what else we have here. And Vera's writing, so she's getting lots of information on Sharon's dream.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready? Should I go back up, or you want to read her dream?
Keanu's texting me again.
He's always bothering you.
This one person pretends he's Keanu and keeps telling me he's Keanu. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. All right. Where are we at next?
Okay, we're
done with that?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
done with that.
So we can give spiritual tools on how to go through that? Is that what we're...
Yes, and that's kind of what I was just sharing, my thoughts on the angel.
All right,
I focus on the Powers Angel.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. So this is for Sharon. And Sharon, what you had was a past life memory. And even if everything wasn't exactly the same, it still had the theme of your past life. And it was kind of like right before the Nazi thing took over. It was in Germany. And there was this one hospital that everybody knew about that was bad. And that hospital would take in people that couldn't afford to go to a hospital. And they would do experiments on them. So that's what they were doing, and that's what they did with you. So that's what you were going through, and you kind of knew what was happening. But it was like you were going in there with good faith, and didn't really believe what people had said, but it was true. It was they were bad, and these people ended up being
They were Nazis.
with Hitler. Yeah, the one that liked to experiment on the
prisoners.
On the prisoners, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what it was. And that woman that you said was in your office, she was a nurse.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
Yeah, because Sharon is saying something with women, and we've heard horrific stories about some of the things that happened in there in regards to
Yeah.
women, not to mention men too, of course.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I mean, they would break people's legs to see how many times they could break it and not heal.
Yeah.
You know, it's just bizarre.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Right.
Horrible. But that's what you were picking up on. And I think that woman kept triggering that you knew something was off about her. And that's why you finally had it, so you can see why. And now you can let that go. Yeah.
What an
She
example.
can't affect you in this life.
See, now that's amazing because that shows us how much we can pick up on things. Like you can feel, whether it's positive or negative, a certain type of energy about somebody. Maybe not other people might not feel it towards them, but
Yeah.
you feel it, and it could be because you had a past life.
Exactly.
And isn't
Yeah.
that amazing
Yep.
how you found that, Sharon, in your dream helped to reveal it to you? Wow.
Yeah.
So one of the things that Eric was sharing is that he was saying that meditating can really help because he has a friend who's as an empath. who
And we had
struggles.
that on the list, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Exactly. And meditation does not have to be lying down to sleep.
No.
Meditating can be just a thought that you carry
That's
throughout
why we
the
did
day.
that 3-minute meditation. They're quick like that. Visualize. Yeah.
Exactly.
Turn things around.
See, you guys,
Exactly.
you
Thank
guys
you,
are
Eric.
amazing. I
Yeah.
love it so much.
Yeah.
We love how you're all, even in sharing your experiences, it's like teaching moments, it's really cool.
Were they that way in life as well? I don't know what you mean.
Were they in that life as well?
You mean the woman was in that life? Yes. She was the nurse that was giving you the injection. If that's what you meant.
I think that's what she meant.
Okay.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah, the guy. Nobody wanted people to go in there, but when you're sick and you feel like people are just making things up, that's not really true, and because you need help, you go and you find out.
And that's what's so hard sometimes for us to know that things are charted, because when we hear that humanistically, we're like, oh my God, that is it's such a travesty, and it is devastating, it's horrible, it's horrific. And then on the other side, we also realize that we charted this for a reason.
And then think about this too. In that past life, you didn't pay attention to what people were saying, but in this life, you pay attention and your gut feelings about people and her, because you knew something was off. So you're working it out in this lifetime.
Wow. And that happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Well, you do the best you can.
it's so hard. It's so hard when things seem like it's just an accident and we follow somebody down the wrong path and we get killed for it or tortured or whatever. And then, but it's our part of our chart, and sometimes we'll chart something like that to show ourselves, look how strong I am, that I held on to the love I had for this person or this type of thing to keep me going through, no matter what they did,
Yes,
kind of thing.
it's
You never know.
self-memory.
You never know what the lesson might be.
And sometimes you'll just have a coworker that you don't really know that well, but like Sharon is saying that she trusted those guys, and they're in life. They were there in that life with her, but she trusts them in this life.
Wow.
The men, yeah. So that's cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, that was awesome to hear so many examples and
Yeah, you guys
stories,
are
and we love it
amazing.
so much. Yeah, thank you
Of course.
too.
Thank
Very
you for
cool.
supporting us.
Yeah, we really appreciate you and all of you that come and, like I said, like we always say, sharing your light.
Yes.
And
Love.
yeah, with us. We appreciate you. All right. Let's see now. Just as a reminder, we do have an event coming up. It's the Transformative Past Life Trance Evening with Angus, and that's in May. It's a very intimate group. So first come, first serve, as we say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can find all the things we talk about, past lives, angels, everything, trances, reading with Vera on our website, and all
Right.
down below in the description. Chris told me that I had a past life with my brother's wife. The marriage did not go so well, and we divorced. So in this life, it was an instant clash when we first met, and still didn't get along.
Well, sometimes we don't learn the way we want to learn, and sometimes we learned it.
Yeah.
It's okay to dislike someone.
Right.
Just don't let it get to you.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Excellent.
All right. Well, we will see you
Yes.
Saturday. And
Yes.
Vera,
I'm not going to say it. It's your turn.
journey with us.
Yay.